Obama has come out in favor, endorsed the gay marriage.
Well, he's the first gay president.
Yeah.
Did you see the cover?
Yes, the cover of Newsweek says that Obama is the first gay president. Some people are thinking this is a little bit maybe manipulated.
I don't know what that means.
Welcome back. Hi, I'm Legion, your host, and this is Parabellum Podcast. I just got some amazing news today, and we've been doing a little bit of research. Today, we're going to be talking about President Obama. Well, everyone was so happy when President Obama got the presidency. He's the first black president. It was to show that our country wasn't systemically racist, that if you try hard, go to school, do whatever you can to give 110%, that you can reach the presidency no matter what color you are. And it was great having Obama as the first the first gay president. And now I've been saying all along that Obama was the first gay president, and people have been calling me a racist for it, but
the cover of the magazine portrays him, I saw it was Salon or one of these, someone said they've made him a gay angel.
Well, they
put a halo, a multicolored halo over his head.
Why not just short shorts and a penis popsicle in his hand?
I voted for this guy, back when I was a Democrat. He was very charismatic. He spoke very well. He rubbed elbows with all the high elites. He did everything he was supposed to. He promised change, and I thought him being the first black president, I thought that he would bring change. Well, he didn't bring anything. And he especially didn't do anything for black Americans, which is a disgrace. But now we know why, because he wasn't the first black president. He was the first homosexual president. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of clips right here.
A homosexual Muslim married to a man, I can't imagine how Barrak Obama would do if he ever ventured into a Muslim country and didn't have 800,000 armed people around him.
Yeah, well, of course, Mr. Obama did come from a Muslim country. He spent 4 or 5 years in
about what it might mean that President Obama is married to a man. There's one theory that President Obama is actually married to his Pakistani roommate from college, which would be President Obama being married to a man.
Let's look right here. As you can see, this is Obama in his college age here. And as you can see, you see this little guy next to him. This is the guy that Obama wrote about in his book and lied all about. This was his college roommate, his first boyfriend. It's kind of obvious. I mean, you have two grown men in college in their early 20s. Obama's supposed to be 20 right here. You're sitting on this huge couch, okay? So if you're sitting on this huge couch that could probably sit 4 people, why are you sitting right next to this man? Normally, men don't sit right next to each other. Men like their space. They don't feel comfortable sitting. Like, a man sits next to his girlfriend like this. That sits. If you want to sit next to someone like this, it's intimate. You have this is half right here of the couch. So you have these 2 seats, and then you have 2 seats over here, which just have a couple of pillows on there. You're telling me he couldn't push this pillow aside? This man is a homosexual, and this picture just kind of shows it, Like, why do you... Look at the way they're sitting. Both of them have their legs up, sitting like a woman. I mean, the girlfriend here really looks like a woman. Look at his cute little seat. Oh my God, he's so special. I wonder what he was doing. Is this where we got mustache ride? Was Obama sitting on this guy's face getting the mustache ride? I mean, look at them. They both look gay. This dude is a homosexual, our first gay president. He's been gay ever since.
Now, What do you think about that? I mean, I can't be making this stuff up, you know? You saw the picture. What guys sit on the couch next to each other with their legs crossed? You know what I mean? Like, you have all this room on the couch, all this room, and you're gonna just sit right next to your roommate and put your little legs crossed over, like, hey. No, that dude is a straight up homo. And I don't got anything wrong with the homos. I've got a couple of friends that are homos, you know? It's not for me, and it's against my religion, but, I mean, I do stuff wrong too, you know? So, I digress. Let's look at a couple of more things proving that Obama was the first gay president. What about the Newsweek article?
The Family Research Institute's Paul Cameron was recently on Crosstalk with Jim Schneider of VCY America. That's apparently the voice of Christian youth. And he went on a rant about President Obama and gay.
He is, I think, miserable for his reelection. I would have expected him, as you did, to wait until he was the new president and say, guess what? I've changed my mind, or I've evolved. But homosexuality is the one sin or the one habit that is 24/7. It is homosexuality all the time. And actually, while I'm not sure about the claims by the various people who have reported that Obama has at least participated at times with them in homosexual acts, this certainly lends some credence.
Did you hear that? Did you catch it? Well, I have heard that Obama has participated in homosexual acts. I guess so. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I bet Obama's gay. He continues.
Mark my words clearly. The long-term goal of the homosexual movement is to get every little boy to grab his ankles and every little girl to give it a try. They will not rest until every one of our children at least gets to try, has the opportunity, and maybe is forced to at least once experience homosexual acts. There's no retreating from that. They've made it very clear earlier on. Now they don't talk about it, but that's what they want. They will not be happy until they get it.
We demand that every boy and girl in the country try homosexuality, and if not, we'll force them into it. So I guess that he's saying that the gay community has an agenda to rape boys and girls across the country if they don't agree to be gay. Really? But that's a well-known fact.
I got a couple other videos I want you to look at. Check out this right here.
And says, oh yeah, well, obviously Obama's gay, and obviously gay people want to come after our young boys and girls, et cetera, et cetera. Okay.
That Michelle Obama is actually a man.
Now, Joan Rivers called out Obama as being the first homosexual president and said openly on video that Michelle's a transgender.
Do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans...
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's so...
And then guess what? Dead. She's dead. Why? A cover-up.
Michelle Obama. Is she really a woman? Is she a man? Every time I look at Michelle or Michael Obama, the first lady or the first tranny, every time I look at them, something doesn't look right. She doesn't look like any black woman or any woman I've ever known. She's got shoulders that are wider than a man's, which physiologically doesn't happen.
Everybody had all kind of conspiracies about his wife, Michael. Sorry, YouTube. Michelle being the first transgender in the White House? But I guess he's not really gay if she's transgender, right? Because if he identifies as a woman and you gotta call him Michelle now, well then Obama's not really gay, is he? Because tranny is a woman, so he's a man, so he's sleeping with a woman. I wonder. Nah. 2, same means that you're gay. I don't care how much lipstick you put on a dude or how good the breast implants look, that's a man. Obama, you're a homosexual. So, let's get on with another little clip.
And you look at her arms and the rest of it, when she's standing straight on, she looks like no woman I have ever.
My God, can we even believe what's going on right now? So, how can you believe this guy? How can you believe anything he says? He said he was going to make change for America. He didn't do anything. He said that he was going to improve the military by getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell and putting open gays in the military to just be flamboyant and do whatever they want. And then he added trannies, transsexuals, transgenders, whatever they're calling themselves nowadays. Sorry, YouTube, about the algorithm, transgenders. But he added them to the military. Now, I wonder why he is so gung-ho to be the first president to be so adamant about praising transsexuals. Maybe because he's with one? Well, I don't know, but Barrak and Michael looked like the greatest black couple in the United States, didn't they? I mean, if you think that I'm making all this up, let's listen to Barrak call his husband, Michael, on national TV while he's giving a speech.
Distinguished guests, and men and women of the finest military in the world. And most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's...
Oh my God. Oh my God. So the President of the United States is up and he's congratulating, giving a speech, doing whatever. And he says that him and Michael appreciate things. Him and Michael are so glad to be here. Michael? How do you get your wife's name mixed up from Michelle to Michael unless it's a Freudian slip and she's really a tranny? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you just slipped up to the whole world and you didn't even correct yourself. Why didn't he make a joke out of it? Oh, I'm just playing, Michelle. You know, people were saying I was the first gay president, but I'm not. Yeah, bro, you're gay. You know, you called your husband Michael out in front of public, in front of everybody.
We had your wife Michelle on the show, and she had mentioned that for about 10 years of the marriage, she really didn't like you.
Oh, man.
Back when Barack Obama was 8 years old, he had a nanny in Indonesia, and he had the same nanny for about 2 years. And she has been quiet up until now. She's kind of talking to the media a little bit about her story. And it turns out that she's a transgendered woman living in Indonesia.
66-year-old Evie walks the streets of her Indonesian slum. She was once nanny to President Barack Obama. Evie says she's always been proud that the person she cared for, drove to school, and cooked for ended up being #1 in the world. The future president was just 8 years old at the time. In the late 1960s, his mother, Ann Dunham, married her second husband and moved to Indonesia. Dunham was impressed by Evie's cooking ability and offered her a job. For 2 years, Evie lived with Obama and his family in this Jakarta home, but she thinks the young Obama didn't know one fundamental truth about her. Born a man, Evie identifies as a woman.
My God, everybody thinks Obama is a homosexual. So why doesn't he just come out and be like, hey, I'm proud to be who I am. I've risen through the ranks and I'm a homosexual. I had a transgender nanny from when I was little, so I thought that that was normal. You know what I'm saying?
This representative of an influential Islamic group says transgendered people are wrong, and they deny the teachings of Islam. And so, Evie has struggled through life, saying she's never found suitable work since Obama and his family left the country in the early 1970s.
Now, she says that Barack Obama never knew that she was transgendered. You know, whether or not her mother knows his mother knew is a completely different story.
Aha. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
I know.
You know? Yeah, well, I grew up transgendered communist. Everybody knew it. That he was influenced at an early age by this transgendered.
Wow. President Obama's on the cover of Newsweek as the first gay president with a rainbow halo above his head. And nobody remembers this? I mean, this was only 10 years ago. How can you not remember what's going on?
And that he had, whose letters with Barack were produced to you. She gave you letters between the two of them, except for the one paragraph that would then wind up going public via other means, via Emory University. You sent a researcher to go print what was in that paragraph. In the letters that were given to you, it just said a paragraph about homosexuality. News. But it turns out that he was writing to his then girlfriend, this is, back in the younger years, about how he had repeated fantasies of having sex with men. Now, what do you make of this? It's like, is Barack Obama a gay man? Is he a bisexual man?
You wrote your girlfriend letters when you were young telling about how you fantasized about having sex with men.
About Barack telling Alex that he regularly fantasized about relations with men. That's in the paperback edition of Rising Star, which was published in 2018. But I believe only one fairly obscure conservative website mentioned it at the time. So I'm frankly bemused that has been sitting in public view in the paperback of the book for over 5 years now, before most people decided they wanted to discover it.
Right.
And then you were married to a Pakistani man who you lived with in college, and then took your entire summer vacation to go live in Pakistan with your husband. It's all facts. If you don't believe me, Google it. Look it up on the internet. Now, I was just looking at an article that said Obama had never gone back to Kenya. He'd never gone back to Kenya, where his family was originally from, but he was born in Hawaii. Remember the whole can't find my birth certificate for 8 months even though I'm the president type of thing? Because if he was born in Kenya, he's not allowed to be president. But they propped him up and, you're the most important person in the whole United States. They're not going to drop everything they're doing to get you your birth certificate. I don't care if it's a 12-hour flight. If I was working under this man, I was one of his aides or assistants. Aides. Gay president. Good play on words there, isn't it, Michael? If I was the president's assistant, I would have immediately flew to Hawaii, got the birth certificate, and flew back. But it took them so long to make this cover story and to print up some kind of documents to make him look like he was born in Hawaii. I just don't get it. Maybe that's why Hawaii's burning right now. Hawaii is burning down because God is pissed off that this lying homosexual said that he was from there and people covered it up. So what's God gonna do? He's gonna burn it to the ground, just like he did with Sodom and Gomorrah when the angels came down and had sex with the men. Yeah, sex with the men. That's where they get the word sodomy from. Sodomy means evil homosexual sex, putting your in another guy's. Ugh. But anyway.
So this was published in December of 2010, December 2010, so 13 years ago, Obama's gay mentor. So it says in April 2009, The Advocate, that must be the paper, a leading gay and lesbian magazine, asked President Barack Obama who was his most profound influence, his ideas about gays and lesbians. First person said his mother. His mother? Okay, so his mother influenced him on gays and lesbians. The second was his political science professor in Occidental College. So this guy, here, let's see. He was a wonderful guy. He was the first openly gay professor I'd ever come in contact with, or openly gay person of authority I had come in contact with, and he was just a terrific guy. He wasn't proselytizing all the time, but just his comfort in his own skin and friendship we developed helped to educate me on a number of these issues. So Obama had gay issues way back in 1973 when he was 20 years old, or about that, in his early 20s. So Obama was trying to figure out if he was a homosexual. We already know that he sent letters to his girlfriend saying that he wanted to have sex with men. He fantasized about having sex with men.
What about the chef? Obama's chef just got killed. Killed? Died? Suicide? We'll never know. It's the deep state. The swamp. Let's look into this a little bit more. If I was a chef and I was working for the Obamas and I walked in accidentally, or maybe Michael didn't know that I was downstairs because my cooking was over and I'm just kind of hanging out, cleaning up or whatever, and she comes out with her swanging, you know what I mean? Or maybe Barack was down there giving it a little and this guy saw it. Guess what? They were so afraid that this guy was gonna go ahead and say something about her being a transsexual and him being gay that they murdered him. They had him killed just like they had Joan River killed. We can't cover this stuff up anymore. Come on, what are you doing? We're just gonna let this happen? Did we not notice that they said that he died swimming? He drowned? Because someone hurry up and looked through his social media and saw posts of him saying that he can't swim. Hey, guy said he can't swim. What are we gonna do? All right, let's knock him upside the head, and when he passes out, we'll put him in some water. He'll drown. He'll have water in his lungs because we didn't kill him. We just knocked him out. And then he'll gasp for air because, you know, even when you're passed out, you breathe. And he'll get water in his lungs and he'll die. And then no one will know about Michael and Barack. I guess they didn't look very hard to see him swimming the backstroke like a professional. This guy could have probably ran with Riley Gaines, you know, running. And what are you to do now? Are you going to say he couldn't swim? Well, first report was he had a contusion to the head and the water was less than 4 feet deep. So even if you fell out of a boat or did anything, you could stand up. But then 2 days later, they changed it to no contusion on the head and the water was more than 8 feet deep. You smell that? What is that? Hey, what are you guys doing over there? I smell cover up. Yeah, cover up. Do not let this man get away with it. You see all the pride stuff going on, the tranny stuff going on, the drag kids in school. Why do you think that is? Because Obama loves Michael. And Michael was the first man. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Because what do they call Kamala Harris's husband? The first Mr.? Well, I guess he's the second Mr. now, because Michael was the first Mr. But watch our next video that's going to come out. I'm going to show you guys all about the evidence of Michael Obama and her pang doing the swang when she's on Ellen DeGeneres and she's dancing and the old boys are flopping in her pants. All right, this is episode number 2. Obama's gay. Gay. And if you really are for the gays and you're gay, why are you hiding it, son? Why are you hiding it? Just come out. I mean, Trudeau's about to come out. He's all LGBTQ, A+, Q, MA, TRBU, WXY, but just make up stuff as you go on. You know, the alphabet mafia. I feel so bad for the lesbians, the gays, and the bisexuals. They were doing so well for their movement until they started getting people dressed up as puppies, two-spirit animals. They added the pedophiles and the guys with beards, lipstick, long hair, and a dress, looking like a crazy guy who's 60 years old. I'm a woman. And going into the bathroom watching little girls. But that'll be another episode too. All right, I'm Legion. Welcome to the podcast, Parabellum Podcast. Make sure to give us a like and a share. Send this out to all your friends. You know the truth. Send me some emails. I'm going to put my email down below in the descriptions. Leave me a couple of comments. If you find some information and you want me to talk about it, a conspiracy or something that's true, something that they're erasing, something that they're trying to get rid of so they can have another conspiracy or cover up, please email it to me. I'll give you a shout out if you want. If you don't want a shout out, I'll leave you anonymous. But let's work together, make this army, make this legion, and destroy evil together. I'm out.